If you ever felt frustrated saying to yourself, my ex isn't reaching out, what can I do about it? Then this video is going to help you figure out what could be happening and what you can do about it. Now stay tuned to the end because we're going to get into some specific strategies that you can use moving forward based off of some possible reasons that your ex might not be contacting you. But first, my name is Clay with modernlove.life, where we help you get the great, loving relationship that you're looking for. Do me a favor, help support this channel by hitting that thumbs up button and by subscribing to the channel if you are not already. Go ahead and do that right down below there. All right, so the first reason that your ex may not be contacting you is because they're still upset over something that happened before, during, or after the breakup. Now, I know that your ex probably has their own reasons for breaking up with you. Maybe that is why they're not contacting you. Maybe they're still upset or hurt about something that you said or did. Maybe they're upset about something that happened during the breakup. Maybe the two of you got into some sort of fight. Maybe you may have done some things that maybe you regret because you were caught up in the emotion of it or something like that. That's very common. I've definitely been there myself when it comes to my own personal breakup stories that I've gone through in the past, and I've known many clients that have been in that damage control mode state of mind that has definitely not helped them when it's come to that breakup. So if this is the case, then obviously you need to clear away the emotions that are standing in the way of you and your ex being able to have a civil, normal conversation with one another. And, if you need to, by all means, go ahead and use some of the strategies to get your ex to forgive you. Made a video about that up there. Go ahead and click on that, and you can go ahead and check that out. Additionally, something else that could be happening, and this is a little bit more surprising to some people, actually, but it's that your ex may be confused. Your ex is probably going through their own state of confusion. It's very common for people's exes to be confused about what they want. On one hand, there probably are things that they liked about you and your time together, and there's probably obviously things that they didn't like, otherwise they wouldn't have broken up with you. So there's these two forces that are kind of in constant flux in your ex's mind and in your ex's emotions. And what can happen is your ex may actually want to spend time with you. They may want to initiate contact with you. They may want to text you. They may want to call you. But because their emotions are kind of all over the place, they might be also afraid of coming across as, like a hot mess, or as somebody who maybe says, yeah, let's get back together, but then they have regrets and then they take it back the next day. And so they might be playing it conservatively while they try to feel out what it is that they want. And so even though they might want to interact with you, even though they might want to contact you, they may hold themselves back from doing so in order to save face. And what this is really symptomatic of, if you go over and check out yesterday's video, which I'll go ahead and put a video card up there for, is that your ex is actually relationship focused. You might think that this is a good thing. After all, they're considering being in a relationship with you. But if the emotional connection is not in place, then being relationship focused, at least for them, definitely for you, but most likely for them as well too, can be challenging because they don't believe that they can take any step forward unless they're going to get into a relationship with you again, unless it's going to move towards the two of you dating or something like that. And you might think that that is great. Like, okay, great. They're actively thinking about us dating or getting back together. But if the emotional foundation underneath all of that is still kind of shaky, if the two of you aren't connecting well, if they're not sure or convinced that things are going to be different this time around, that they're not walking back into the same relationship that they walked out of in the first place, and so on, then there is likely going to be hesitation. They're likely going to hold themselves back. And so what you can do is, just like we talked about yesterday, you can go ahead and shift from that relationship-focused level down to the emotion-focused level, where you can just let them know, let's not force anything that's not there. Let's just enjoy being friends for a little while and connect with one another and all of that. Again, we talked about this yesterday, so if you check that video, just go up to the video card and watch that video. But this can help to take the pressure off of them to feel like they need to decide right now. And they can just simply enjoy connecting with you, bonding with you, and coming closer together with you again, so that the two of you actually have a chance to build up that foundation. And when that foundation is stronger, they'll actually have something to stand on to say, yeah, I do want to get back together with you, or it does make sense for us to do that. Now, the third reason that your ex may not be contacting you is because they might be in some sort of new relationship, rebound relationship or something like that. And they might be afraid that, if this other person that I just started seeing finds out I'm still in contact with my ex, it could damage our connection or something like that. Nobody gets into a relationship thinking that they're not going to do a good job with it. They go into relationships, even rebound relationships, wanting to do their best, wanting to be their best person that they possibly can be. And that includes your ex. And so they don't want to go in and think that they're going to be the kind of person that's sneaking around, or they're the kind of person that's going to be cheating, or they're the kind of person that's going to be having some sort of emotional affair, or they're going to do something that's going to intentionally hurt their new partner. And so they could be holding themselves back because of this. Potentially that new partner could be actively saying like, hey, I feel really uncomfortable with you texting with this person or talking to this person who is your ex. And what can help is, again, you want to shift from that relationship focus down to the emotional focused level of communication. That way you have a better place to build up an emotional connection between the two of you. And it's not this like all or nothing sort of way that many times relationship focused people tend to view things. And so your ex won't necessarily think like, okay, if I text you or if I call you, it doesn't necessarily have a romantic context to it, at least in their conscious mind, so that they can rationalize spending more time with you, rationalize building up the emotional connection, and rationalizing doing things that feel good, that bring the two of you closer together. And where that connection leads, maybe it leads back together, maybe it leads to ending the rebound relationship, I don't know. But they can give themselves permission to explore what's possible between the two of you in that context. So that's the third reason that your ex may not be contacting you. And of course, the fourth reason is a wild card event or situation that could be happening in their life. Maybe they're going through a stressful situation at work where maybe there's some kind of deadlines and they have to work overtime and they're just completely wiped out and they don't have time to text you or talk to you or connect with you or something like that. Maybe they're going through some sort of stressful time. Maybe there's a friend or a family member who's been hospitalized or is going through a difficult situation, and they want to be there for that person, and they are just taking their own needs and priorities and putting them on the back burner, which may include being in contact with you. And so there's always that wild card that there could just be something that we don't know about that could be going on in their life that's consuming a lot of their attention, consuming a lot of their emotions, and all of that sort of stuff. So there could be this wide range of things. Now, if you know, for example, that like, okay, we fought a lot and they're probably still hurt emotionally, then sure, go ahead, do what you need to do to clean that up. If you don't know and you're just kind of speculating and guessing like, oh, maybe they're dating somebody else, maybe they're going through a stressful time, maybe there's something that I just don't know about, then you don't want to jump to conclusions about, hey, you're still upset at me, or hey, you're probably dating somebody else right now. Because if you say these sorts of things in the wrong place and at the wrong time, it can go over poorly. So what you want to do is you want to just let them know that you enjoy the connection that the two of you have, but that it seems like something's holding them back, and you can invite them to come forward and share that with you so that you can actually have something to work with rather than just ruminating and speculating and overthinking and overanalyzing everything. Because the best way that you can move forward is to just actually do something that the response or lack of response from that activity is going to give you information that you can then take and use it to get more clarity, right? So if you ask them directly, hey, what's going on? And they say, well, I just don't think it would make sense for us to hang out. Okay, they're relationship focused, and you can start to shift down to connection and emotional focus, okay? So anyway, I hope this helps you out. I hope this helps to clarify why your ex may not be contacting you. Once again, if you like what we're doing here, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also you may want to check out this video. It talks more about how to connect with your ex on an emotional level. It goes into the advanced relational skills that we teach and that we talk about in this channel, in our coaching and our trainings, all of that stuff. You may also want to check out this video over here. Anyway, this has been Clay. Talk to you next time. Take care.